Inappropriate.
One, two. She has big nipples. I should not have said that.
You did, and it's too late. You're gonna have
When the
lipstick on your
kids go to
lips now.
sleep, dreams and
I'm gonna touch your body. PDA.
when the kids go to sleep.
See what I have to deal with, you guys.
Quit acting like you don't like it. Love it. Oh, that was a sweet block. Boom. That was like paint the fence right there, baby. Miyagi taught me that one.
Woo, woo, woo.
Sand the sidewalk. You can't sand the sidewalk. Stop it.
I got it almost.
Tickles. It makes me go like this.
Welcome.
I sounded
to-
like Nemo. No,
You kinda
Elmo.
did. You did.
Dude.
You sounded just like
Nemo
Elmo.
stole Elmo's name. They just added an N and took off an L.
Take the N away, it's emo. Then if you take an L and an N away,
Disney
it's emo.
steals things with money. Like Star Wars.
You weirdo.
Welcome to the show, episode 96 of When the Kids Go to Sleep, right here at Maker Studios in Los Angeles, California.
You know it.
We just had our house guest leave.
Oh, that was so rude.
Dude, that is so mean.
Can I get a different co-host?
You can get a what? I'll give you one of those.
Anyways, yes, we had a house guest, Corey Vidal.
I just took him to
Sassoon.
what hotel? I mean, airport.
The airport, Santa Ana.
You know what was weird? Okay.
You messed up my hair.
You have something on your boobs.
Well,
Why are we talking about your
them.
boobs? Now
Because you're
Cassim
looking
G.
at 'em.
Cassim
Shay,
G is texting
focus.
me.
We
Hi,
are
Cassim.
not focused
I'm not
today.
gonna say it. Cassim just said something inappropriate.
Is he watching the live show?
I bet he is. Did you see what he said?
I saw what he said. Cassim, I saw what you said. I'm calling your mother.
That is inappropriate, and I will not read it live on air.
Anywho, souls.
What was I? Oh, so I pulled up. Okay, so I have this new thing in the mornings that when I
got a new
wake up,
thing.
I chug a big thing of water because like we've been watching these like health food documentaries that are on Netflix.
That's always been a thing. My grandma used to tell me that all the time.
It's smart because I
Drink
think
water right when you wake up.
right when you wake up because your body like all night. You know when you wake up and you're like. And your
don't do
mouth is
that.
all like because through the night the body's like had to use the water to clean out all that crap and that's why you have that stuff in your mouth. So you like I've been like drinking this huge thing of water in the morning and then I had to take Corey to where was it?
Santa Ana?
Santa Ana Airport, which is like an hour away. And by the time I got to the airport, I had to go pee-pee in the potty. And so I
Why are
told
you telling us about this?
oh, because I don't know. Because that's what we do. We
And
just
I
talk
drink
about
water,
whatever comes.
and then I had
No,
to pee,
listen!
and then...
So we got to the airport and I had to pee. And it's like, Corey, you got to stay here with the truck. I'm going to run into the airport and go to the bathroom. And it was weird being in the airport because I was like, you know that feeling you get when you're traveling? And I was like,
excited.
yeah, it was
kind
like an
of.
excited feeling. And then I was like, you know, I love to look at bookstores when I'm in the airport. I always buy a book when I'm in the
So
airport.
did you stop to look at bookstores?
No, because I thought they're going to tow my truck because they're like all anal about when you pull a giant truck up to the front of the airport, like, you got to move your car.
Well, it's
So
true.
I was in the airport peeing, but it was like this weird paradigm shift of like, whoa, I'm like in a like that traveling situation, but I'm not flying today.
Right.
And I'm glad I told you guys that. I'm glad we went over
I'm
that.
glad you did too. That was really
Anyways, Corey's in the chat room. Hey, Corey. Oh, Corey Vidal is one of the moderators. He's in the airport
Is
right
he
now.
really?
He's in the airport right now.
Hey, how exciting. This is
Corey, in the
exciting.
middle of the airport, I want you to stand up. I know he's sitting there right now, somewhere in the Santa Ana
know he's
airport
giggling.
with a giant grin on his face. Corey, stand up and tweak your nipples 3 times and say,
That's weird.
What's with all the
Why
nipple
would
talk
you
this
do
morning?
that?
Corey, do
he
it.
started it.
He's sitting there right now. You know he's at his terminal like, I'm not going to
He's like,
do
I'm
that.
not going to do that.
I'm not. Corey,
He probably
film
just did it.
yourself and do it. And I want proof that you did it in
Vlog
the terminal.
footage.
Vlog
If
it.
you guys didn't know, Corey Vidal makes a vlog every
He
day
does daily
with
vlogging.
The Apprentice A.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. The documentary. We just hit $105,000.
On the Indiegogo campaign.
We're at 105,714. I got to be a little honest here because I don't like to be fully honest. I like to just be a little honest. This last week, I have been staring at that number. Like I just refresh, and it's exciting because we're at the point now. I was thinking about this last night. We're at the point now where this movie is going to get made. Like it is happening. It is happening.
It's not just
no matter what.
Oh, if we could only do this.
Well, at first when we were like at $30,000, I'm like, we could still make it, but it's like we're gonna have to find a sponsor or do something to make this work. But now we're at the point where it's like the more money we make, it's just going to get that much better. But now it's like, this thing is going to be done. We had a huge meeting with the editor last night. I just got done talking to Blake, who's going to be helping us a ton on the project. And we sat with the other editor. Like I said, I don't know if you guys saw, but we announced on What's Trending, the editor who's going to be doing this worked at Lucasfilms for 7 years. This guy is the same guy who edited all, if you guys have the box set of all the Blu-ray.
Which who doesn't?
You don't. Of the behind-the-scenes Star Wars extras, this guy edited all that. He just got Pixar just contacted him, wanted him to come work. So this guy is legit. We sat with him till like 1 a.m. the other night while Corey was here. And I'm so excited about this project. It's like, you know when you have like a thing that you're like, I'm excited to make this. You know, like I want to make this thing. I've been watching documentaries nonstop the last week just to get ideas, like how we want to shoot it, how I want the feel and like the design of like the edits and the just like even like the interviews, like the interview style. I watched a really good one last night called Indie Gaming, the movie.
Oh, I didn't.
And it's about these dudes. If you guys know the video games Meat Boy and like Fex, or I think. Anyways, it's about these dudes that were basically creating their own video games. It's this sweet documentary about these, do-it-yourself kind of video game.
So we should
creators.
tell people we're going to start filming on March 1st, and we're going to be filming all through like Playlist Live, and then the last will be VidCon.
Yep. VidCon will kind of be like, it's gonna be 6 months of filming. So March, April, May, June, July, August. We'll be filming 6 months, and two of the we start March 1st to start filming. They're actually gonna head to San Francisco and interview some YouTube employees and some Google employees, some like head people. Now here's one interview that I want to get that I haven't like pulled the trigger on asking that favor yet, and maybe I'll ask some of our Twitter followers to do a little spam
for what.
But maybe I won't have to. But Chad Hurley, the inventor of YouTube, he follows me on Twitter. Dude, did you just hear that? That was weird. My beard was like,
I can do that too.
That's
my
gross.
beard. Do you guys like my beard? No, that would be amazing. And I don't know if you guys know this, but they're like the group Apprentice A and Corey's team are going to be out interviewing different people. They're going to go to different locations that I don't know where yet. Florida.
Yeah, we're going to go all over because we want to go.
But now Shay is planning on going with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be flying around to the different locations to interview these YouTubers, and I had a long conversation with Jesse from Prank vs. Prank the other night, and we had like a 45-minute conversation with Allie. And it was like, I don't want to say anything right now, but it's very interesting to talk to these YouTubers about YouTube because we have such a similar, like in a setting where it's like just us like talking about like all this stuff. Anyways, we'll get to it in the movie. But thank you. So here's one thing I wanted to do. There are 2,217 people, so almost 2,300 people who have donated. For instance, Emma S. I can see as the donations come in. 1 minute ago, Emma S. donated $25.
Oh, thank you, Emma.
Alia A. donated $40 5 minutes ago.
And that's a lot. Like, we don't take this for granted, you guys. We realize that's a lot of money to give out of your pocket. So we appreciate it so much.
Dude, last night there was this girl who tweeted me that said, all my bills are paid, my groceries are bought, and I put some money in savings, and I had $40 left over after all my budget was done, and I'm putting it to the movie. And that was like, oh my gosh. Like, there's some lady out there who, money's tight. Let's not forget that. Like, we're still in a down economy, and it's tough out there. And this girl had like budgeted everything. She'd paid all her bills, and it was like the last $40 she said she was like from the budget. I know, doesn't it make you just like?
That means so much.
Things like that make me so motivated. It's like, I'm gonna make this movie.
This is gonna be awesome.
The best thing I can, which kind of makes me nervous because like the next 6 months, I feel myself
Don't be nervous.
Going into
Push
work
forward
mode
with faith.
Not nervous,
awesome.
but like, it's going to be it's a lot of work to do. Like me and Corey were talking about this last night. Like, it's all exciting now because we've, have this $106,000 almost raised and stuff, but there's so much work to do in like telling the story because I want it to be just right. Yeah. And I know there's going to be like so many things where it's like, You know, like I feel like there'll be whole interviews that we do that we don't even use because we have to kind of like find it. I feel like in a documentary, you have to over interview and get way more footage.
Yeah, you have to have a lot.
And then you kind of have to sift through all that stuff to find the very best story. And that's another thing that I was telling the editor last night. I mean, me and Corey have this idea of how we want to tell the story, but I don't want to stand in the way of the story with my ideas. So like if something happens,
it happens organically.
If we interview somebody and it's like, that's a good story. We even had the idea of like, let's not even tell the story from our aspect. Let's tell it from the viewer's aspect. And that's why in the video that we made that we put up yesterday to go on the Indiegogo campaign, we asked a lot of you to submit 2-minute video responses telling us how YouTube has changed your life, how it's changed the way you, view entertainment, view news, or if it's even touched you on a personal level. Like Corey was saying, a lot of people have decided to go back to school because of Hank and John Green, the Vlogbrothers, or, have fallen in love or decided that they want to get married because of seeing Charles and Allie's wedding video, or just any YouTuber that has changed you. Sometimes it's like, how have we changed your life? But in turn, the viewers have changed our life incredibly.
Yeah.
And so in talking about the editor, it's like, let's go and interview the viewers that have watched us for the last 5 years and hear their stories. And so the video responses started pouring in last night. I was up till 2 a.m. watching as many as I could. That's why I asked that they stay 2 minutes, because I knew that this would happen where I would just start like watching and watching and watching. And there's already like 60 video responses.
And that's so, that to me is just a testament to like, the haters can't win.
Haters gonna hate, son.
Sometimes I get so caught up in those hater comments and like, oh, maybe we can't do this. Maybe it's not gonna happen. But just reaching out to you guys and having you give us your feedback in that kind of a way just is so inspiring. And I hope you guys know that, I know that people say that we inspire you, but you guys inspire us. Like, you are the reason that we do what we do, and we wake up every morning.
Honestly, I probably would not have lost the 100 pounds if it wasn't for the YouTube viewers.
You wouldn't have.
Because you
had tried multiple times, but you didn't really rally everybody in like you did that last time.
It really did. It felt like a team effort, and it felt like I couldn't let people down. And at the end of the day, a lot of times like it felt good and I was motivated and I want to do this for myself. But a lot of times at the end of the day, when it got really hard and I wanted to eat that extra whatever, it was like, these people are counting on me. I'm going to weigh in on Tuesday, and these guys are all doing it. And like, seeing them all, it's like, I didn't want to let anybody down. And because of that,
they had so much faith in you, it caused you to have faith in yourself.
Right. Yeah. And then another thing is interesting is looking at all these video responses is just seeing all the different faces. I mean, we read so many comments. It's just all text.
It's so cool
to actually see. It's all text and usernames. But like, there's like girls and dudes and like just there's
and monkeys.
There's girls and dudes. Both genders, which is amazing. I never in a million years thought that boys and girls watched our videos, which is really astonishing.
No, I know what you mean though.
But just like
being
seeing
able
all
to put your name to a face.
I mean, there's Mexicans and black people and white people. You know what I'm saying? Like all the different shapes and
like
colors, and there's
people.
beards and long hair and short hair, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, seeing all the faces, it's just so cool to like.
You guys should make more video responses. It's fun.
No, I love watching them, and then it gets weird because it's like they're talking back. They're like, "Shay, you changed," and that makes me feel like, man, that's crazy. Anyways, hold on.
Cool. Shay's gonna.
I'm a phlegm monster, dude. That's so gross.
That is
do you think I have a sinus infection?
I think you do. I've had a few in my day, and I think you do.
What do I gotta do?
You gotta go get a Z-Pack or whatever.
You've been sticking your tongue down my throat. It's your fault.
What?
What?
I do not.
Anyways,
wait, I want to jump back to one thing that we didn't say.
Into it, babe.
If you don't have the money, don't donate. Okay.
But I mean, that just shows you're not willing to sacrifice.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, if you're at the end of your budget.
To Jen G, who joined the Shay Carl Running Club at VidCon.
Jen G.
$350.
Can I go?
No, it's just me and Jen.
I want to go running with you, Jen.
So if you didn't hear in the video yesterday, we announced that I'm gonna do. This is a brainchild that I had when I was on my run the other day. I was like, it'd be fun to run with like people who like lost weight on Shay Lost. Like we could talk about our own weight loss experiences. So one of the perks that we added on the Indiegogo campaign is a running club. So at VidCon and Playlist Live, both of those events, there's 10 spots. Now I think they're like going down. There's only like 8 or 9 available now. But basically on the 3 mornings of Playlist Live, us, the little running club, whoever joins, we're going to get up at 8 a.m. We're going to go for a 5-mile run. We're going to come back to the hotel, and Colette's going to have a nice breakfast prepared for us. You better have something good.
Maybe I'll put somebody else in charge.
I think my mom's going to come. We can get her to be in charge of it.
Have you talked to her yet?
I need to text her.
Shay Carlos.
Do you guys want to call my mom live on the show right now?
Well, don't put any pressure on her.
She might swear.
When she's like, heck
She
no, I'm not
swears
going
a
with
lot.
you to Florida, you weirdo.
My mom swears and does drugs
She
and drinks
does
alcohol.
not. Your mom is so wonderful.
My mom murdered
She has
3
to
people
put up
last
with-
month.
She has to put up with you saying that.
And then there's the
She's
grand
amazing.
larceny that she's committed. It's bad. Let's call her right
It's
now
really
and see
bad.
what she says.
Seriously.
That's her callback ringback tone.
Snow-covered hills, landslide brought it down.
She's not
She
gonna
always
answer.
has the best ringtones.
She always changes them too.
I know, it's
She
so
has like
cute.
one new every month. Love this song.
She's watching right now. She's like, I'm not picking that phone up.
She's at work.
You're crazy.
My mom's a secretary at a middle school. She's like the mom.
She's a mother.
She's
She's
like
a mother
mom
at a
of
middle school.
You have reached the Sprint voicemail
Make sure I don't give
box
her.
of, It's me, Laurie.
Let's leave her a dirty message. Mom!
Mom!
Call me back. You never
Where
answer
are
when I
you,
call
honey?
you. You jerk.
That's rude.
Love you.
Don't call your mom a jerk.
Why?
Shay,
She beat me when I was a child.
I will just have to smack you later.
Okay.
Or now.
I wanted to name some more people. Jessica McGrath. Oh, I said her whole name. $40.
Whoops.
Thanks to you, Jessica. Jillian C. donated $4. Nadia I. donated $6.
Allison.
Tom K. donated $25.
Tom, thank
37
you.
minutes ago. This is the cool thing. You can see it like real time. So you refresh and these new names pop up. So 2 minutes ago, it's anonymous. Donated $5.
Jessica donated
Jessica
$5.
D. donated $5.
Jessica D.
Melissa P. donated $10.
Melissa P.
Derek P. donated $40.
Derek P.
What's with all the peepees? Daniel C. donated $5. Thank you guys so much. We're at 106,000. We just passed it. Every little bit counts. And another announcement too. This won't matter other than the people that are in the live show. Is we're gonna actually do a live show tomorrow.
Okay,
raising
so
money.
it's not gonna matter.
It won't
to
matter
you
for
guys.
the
Sorry.
people on the podcast that watch us
Sorry
on
about that.
YouTube.com.
So like we totally did a live show yesterday and you weren't there.
Should
So
check it out.
sorry.
But we probably recorded it,
yeah.
so you can go watch it. Links below. Okay, so the documentary is coming along. I'm so excited to make this finally happen. It has literally been a year in the working that I've been wanting to do this. And now to me, because whenever I feel nervous about something or I think like there's like this big thing coming up, I think about when it's done. That's like
Right.
kind of what gets me through it. I think about when it's finally finished. And I imagine myself sitting in a theater somewhere watching this movie.
That's how you do it. You got to envision the
Right.
final.
No, you picture what you want to accomplish and then you just keep that vision in your mind and you just get up every day and you work and you just keep that vision in your mind. And then one day you'll experience it. Oh, another documentary that I watched because I'm on a documentary kick right now. Get on Netflix. Watch some docs, dudes. Is I watched Wasteland, which was a really good documentary called Wasteland about the biggest sanitation facility in the world in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This is the biggest landfill in the world. Talking about piles of trash. It's like the biggest city.
Ew.
And it's like nasty.
So what was it?
So the documentary is about this Brazilian artist who's like become famous by making like stuff into art. Like for instance, he went to the West Indies and he painted these pictures of these West Indian children out of cane sugar.
We didn't paint them. They were like
He used the sugar, the actual sugar, to like make
mold.
these images or like pictures of these kids, and it was full circle-y ish in that the cane sugar that he used to create these artist renderings were of the children of the cane sugar workers.
Oh, right.
And it was
right,
interesting because it said that the parents were so like just dismal because they worked like 16 hours a day in these cane fields, but the children were so happy and innocent because they hadn't been like forced into this life of hard labor. And so he used this cane sugar. Anyways, so when he goes to Brazil, he uses this trash that these people called pickers. It's like these people who go to the dump and they're like the poorest of poor. Like these people, are like in the depths of poverty, and they go to the dump and they basically take all the recyclable materials and then they recycle them. That's how they get paid. But this artist went there and he got all this stuff and he took like 6 of these people and he like took pictures of them in their environment. And then he used all this trash to make these giant like creations of these pictures of these people.
Oh, that's cool.
Really, really cool story. It's called Wasteland. If you know, it really puts a perspective on your life. If you're like, man, I only have the 3rd generation iPod. My life sucks. It's like, shut up. Go watch that movie and realize how good you have it. If you have any internet connection at all, you are lucky. You know,
awesome.
So it definitely puts life in perspective. So go watch that documentary. It's called Wasteland. Really good. I've watched probably like 10 documentaries in the last 3 days.
They're good though.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's always good to learn new things.
Anyways.
Expand your knowledge, kids.
There's another great quote in that. I can't remember it. So here's another thing I would like you guys send me recommendations on Twitter of documentaries that you've seen that you think are good, and I'm gonna watch them. But it's like it's getting to the point where I'm like, I've seen that one. Like people are sending me all these same documentaries that I've seen. I'm like, seen it.
That's good though.
No, it's good. It's research.
Yes,
doing
good
research.
to have them under your belt.
So
well,
you talk
go
now.
ahead. You
I'm
talk.
sick. I can't talk anymore.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. Is sick. We've been sick for the past 2 weeks at our house. And I was going to ask your opinion on what do you think about sick, like sending our kids to school with sick, knowing that there's sick kids there, and like, because I know that that's a thing.
It just goes around. I think if they're like really sick, you shouldn't send them, but it's almost like you just got to like dive into the cesspool of germs.
Well, that's
to
the
get over
problem.
it,
Because
you
last
know?
week when I sent Princess Star to school, she was fine Monday, came home, she had a fever and was really sick. She stayed home the next day, but then the next day she was fine. And so I sent her to school. She was like so happy, in good moods and everything. And then the next day she woke up and threw up. So then I was like, crap, was she still sick from before? And I just sent her to school yesterday and she spread it. So it's like, how do you, like, am I a bad parent for sending her to school?
People will disagree with me on this fact, but I'm like a huge believer in just like the power of your own mind. And like I tell myself when I start to feel sick, I'm like, I'm not getting sick. And like even when I am sick and I'm obviously like coughing up phlegm and stuff, I just like don't let it affect me. I just like I'm like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to lay in bed.
Having a good attitude helps you get better because it,
Right.
you know, the positivity helps. It just helps, I think. But I think you do need to take care of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need, but like I eat really healthy. Like when I'm sick, I try to eat as many, fruits and vegetables, like try to get as many real foods with whole nutrients in my body so it'll give my body the fuel to combat said illness. You know what I'm saying?
Illness.
But I feel like there are huge studies and research based on the fact of the power of your mind. If you're always like, the hypochondriac in school. I remember there was this one girl that I went to school with was always sick.
Always sick.
I don't feel good today. And was always like, I'm just dealing with this cold right now. And it's like, get over it. Like, you're like Debbie Downer every freaking day of your life. It's like, you're always sick. If you're always like this in this posture, I don't feel good. Guess what? You're not going to feel good.
It has a lot to do with your countenance and how you carry
brighten
yourself.
up, people. Sit up straight. Take a deep breath of clean, pure Los Angeles smog-oxygen.
And then if you have to puke,
smog-oxygen.
just puke.
I just made up a word. It's oxygen with smog. Smog-oxygen.
Smog-oxygen.
Take a big old deep breath of that smog-oxygen, put a smile on your face and say, by golly, I'm going to have a great day. And you'll be surprised at the wonders it can do for your life. Try it. Don't be like this. I can't, Shay, because I'm sick right now. I have the pneumonia. I gotta lay in bed for the next 72 It's like,
So if you do have pneumonia, you should lay in bed for the next 72 hours.
I have no sympathy.
I think you should.
Me and Mother Teresa would have a great organization. She'd be like,
I have no sympathy.
Get up, you're fine! Polio is nothing but in your head. Now I'm gonna be stricken with some like major life-threatening illness.
Shay, just get up already,
Get
okay?
over it. I will overcome that sickness with my optimism.
Well, I think that you can, but you do have to take care of yourself, and you do have to be aware of other people around you.
No, that's a big thing to teach the kids because they're I picked up Rocktrod the other day and he literally like had the biggest phlegmiest cough right in my face. He's like
right in your face.
And I just like feel like the Oh, it's like, oh my gosh. But like that's been
Part
a
of having
thing.
kids.
It's always like
You gotta
it's like,
teach 'em.
baby tart, cough in your arm, because they'll just like and then like wipe it on themselves. Kids are dumb. It's like you gotta teach them. You gotta teach them things because they're stupid.
Well, they don't know
They
about
have
germs.
no common
you can't
sense.
see germs. You can't see germs. You have to teach kids about things that they can't see that will harm them.
It's true. And think about like, back in the day when people didn't realize that. And like when people got the cold and stuff, like they would like cut their brains open because they thought it was like something in their head.
They did?
I don't know. I made that
Where
up.
did you read that?
I saw it in National Geographic once.
Oh my goodness.
I've been watching a lot of documentaries. I know a lot of stuff. I'm pretty smart.
Don't cut your brains open when you're sick, you guys. That will not help. I promise.
And then drink lots of water. I mean, if you think about when you need to clean something, if your hands are dirty, for say, or maybe you do dishes every once in a while, you need water to clean said things. I have said things a lot of times this podcast. Your body's the same way, man. Drink a lot of water and make you feel better.
So what do you eat when you're sick?
You don't eat much when you're sick, right? Because you like don't fit. It depends on the sickness.
You shouldn't.
Because like if you have the flu and it's like coming out of both ends, like you don't want to eat anything because then you see it in the next 6 to 8 hours.
Ugh.
Right? Remember?
Welcome to this disgusting podcast.
Here's the
I'm
last
so sorry.
time. The last time that I was really
I don't want to know what
genuinely
was in your food. I
sick.
don't want to know.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
I'm ready for you to tell me though.
When was it? When we were moving back here after we had Rock Chart and we were in Mesquite for like 48 hours.
Oh yeah.
Dude, when was that? When we were moving back here, like a year ago?
Yes.
When was that?
We were on.
So I think it was when we were moving back to LA this last time that we moved back after we had Rock Chart. That was like the last time I was really, really sick. And we would always stop at this exact same hotel in Mesquite, Nevada, because we had Malachi.
And they took dogs.
And they took dogs, especially like 120-pound Great Danes.
Right.
And it was like we had stopped. That was like every time we went back to Idaho and then back to LA, that was like our midpoint, this little hotel in Mesquite, Nevada. It was like this little casino, really just cheap. It was like $39 a
really
night.
Cheap, which
And
is
like
always awesome.
the whole floors in the entire room were all like this pergo wood laminate stuff because you can tell they just had to like mop up like dead people all the time in there.
It was for pets.
Maybe that's
For
why it
reals.
was for pets.
They had to mop up dead people.
And the beds are like, the mattresses are like so hard, and the water tastes like it's like the drainage from the local
Anyways,
pool.
I think we get it.
It was just like
Anyways,
a
it was
slum.
not a very comforting.
The only reason I'm saying, I mean, it
place.
wasn't that bad of a place, but like I was on death's doornail, deader than a doornail on death's doorstop, whatever. So I got this flu like the night that we got into this hotel. Usually what we do is we'd stay a night and then we'd go the next day. So that night we got in, I was like, I don't feel good. And I just started throwing up.
I think that we had it the week before.
Right,
Like,
and
we
I
had all
hadn't
had
got
the
it.
flu, and he didn't get
Anyways, long disgusting story later. Like I couldn't even drive the next day because it was like all night. It was one of
So
those.
we had to stay a couple days.
Both
in
ends,
Mesquite.
and I was just like on that bed in this horrible hotel, and it was like 110 degrees.
It was so hot.
So hot, and like we'd go out to walk Malachi, and it was just like smothering heat, and we had to like stay at this hotel for like 60 hours, like 2.5 days, because I just could not drive, and it was like the worst.
Yeah, and you know when you're sick, you want to be comforted. Like you want to have
And it
your
was
comforts
not
at home,
comforting.
and it was not.
Oh, it was bad. Every time we drive my Mesquite, I like heave a little bit. I'm like, we've never stayed in Mesquite since.
Well, we didn't have a
Screw
dog
you,
after
Mesquite, Nevada.
that.
No, just kidding.
We would have if we had a doggy with us.
Anyways, this has been such an informative podcast.
Yes, it has. So go puke your brains out and then go donate at Indiegogo, okay? Just to sum it all up.
Don't throw up on our fundraising campaign.
And please wash your hands before you donate.
I'm serious though, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a positive outlook and you said, I'm not going to let this sickness affect me, it'll help. I know you're like,
That's true. Even if you do get sick, because you get sick, let's be honest, you get germs and they get you sick, but you have to have a positive attitude through it, or you will stay sick longer, or you will get sicker. You know what I mean? It will lessen the blow if you have a positive
one last
attitude.
thing before we go. Somebody just asked in the blog TV chat if Suntard had cookies last night, and he didn't.
He didn't.
He woke up this morning and he
And
said
had a
to me,
dream.
he said, Dad, I had a dream last night that you were so mad at me because I had 2 Starbursts and 2 what were they? Werther's Originals or something?
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch
things, he said.
toffees. He woke up and he said in his dream he had eaten 2 Starbursts and 2 butterscotch toffees. And then he said I wish I would have filmed this, dang it. He was saying, he's like, I felt so guilty, and you were so mad at me. And he said I grounded him for 10 days where all he could do was wake up, go to school, come home, and go to bed. That's all he was allowed to do in his dream. And then this is the part I wish I would have filmed. And then he said, but then I realized this is my thing that I decided to do so that you wouldn't be, he goes, because then I realized that you wouldn't be mad because this is my thing that I wanted to do myself. And I was like, give me a hug. You're such a good kid.
And it was so funny last night because when he was like, oh, I want to eat the sugar so bad. Hi. And I said, well, dude, it's your thing. You know, you can if you want, but you know, you're the only one that's going to feel bad if you eat the sugar or not. So it's up to you.
So
then he's like, okay, I'm not going to have it. I'm going to make it for my girlfriend. It's like he like thought about it for a minute and he was like, do I want that feeling? No, I'm just going to keep going. It was like.
So then last night, after we put up One Take Sunday, and there was people commenting in the comments about, you know, that's too hard for him to do. You shouldn't put so much pressure on him. And then one person said, if you were a good dad, you would do it with him. And I was like, there's a little truth to that.
There's a little truth to that.
Because I was like, shut up. Dang it, that's kind of fried. So I told Suntard this morning that I'm going to do it with him. And Colette got mad. And she said, all the fun in this house just left.
Which I don't think. See, I've stuck with you through all your goals, right? When we make a video every day, Mom's making a video every day too. Yeah. But with the sugar one, I am not going to go a year without sugar. I am sorry. I'm just not going to do it. If you want to do that, that's fine, and I'll support you. But on the weekend, we're going to make cookies, and you're going to have to watch. Okay. Sorry.
Well, I just, honestly, I thought to myself, I'm like, when he first said that he was going to do this, I'm like, that's going to be so hard. Because how much, you know, we love going to the movies and getting candy and pop and, like, making cookies and s'mores. And I just thought, for a 9-year-old kid, like, to do that all by himself when the rest of his family is eating, I'm like, that's going to be so hard for him. And my first initial reaction was like, I should do it with him. I should be like, okay, buddy, it's me and you. Me and you're going to do this together. And I was like, I don't want to.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to do it. But then after reading that comment last night and then seeing how strong he was last night, I was like, I got to do that. I got to, like,
See,
just
your 9-year-old's inspiring you.
He is.
Which he also inspires me because originally I didn't think I'd be able to go a week without having sugar and just have it on the weekends. But we've been able to do it. And now he's taking it to the next level.
A whole year.
And I'm like, can I do that?
All right. So
So our 9-year-old's better than we are.
I am committing right now. And I told Suntard that this morning. I'm committing right now on episode 96 of WTKGTS right here at Maker Studios in Los Angeles, California. I, Shake Carl Butler, am going without sugar for the next year.
All right.
Damn it!
You just said it. You have to do it now. You just said it.
That sucks.
He just said it.
Okay. It's in stone. Thanks for joining us.
Stone.
Water for life. See you next time.
Goodbye, Red
On the
Vine.
podcast.
Goodbye.
Shut your mouth. I love Red Vine.
You can have them on January 1st.
I can do this.
2000.
I believe.
14.
Join us, won't you? Strike on sugar.
Wait for the next year, like till January,
Till
or for
till January 1st. I'm eating sugar
Okay,
again.
January 1st.
January 1st. So
Love
I missed
you.
the first month and a half. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.